Okay, so relative intensity is just a measure of effort. It's a relationship between what you could do and what you actually do. So if I said do a set of 10 at RPE 7 or 3 reps in reserve, you did 10, but you could have done 13. So these are your three most common that you would use to gauge or prescribe relative intensity within resistance training. And you don't have to be glued or married to just one. You can use multiple, maybe to fill the gaps where one may lack in programming. Percent 1RM is really neat. A lot of people will kind of fall in line. You can find charts everywhere where 80% is in the neighborhood of an 8 rep max. But the problem is that there's variation either between people or the actual person based on fatigue. See, fatigue is a moving variable. So maybe you finish a deload, food, sleep, everything's been good, stress has been low, fatigue is low, and generally you have maximal expression of your level of current fitness. But throughout a training cycle, you're accumulating fatigue. Additionally, things in your life, bad sleep, diets off, life stresses, these things cause fatigue to accumulate faster, or even just bad programming. And so things you should be able to hit are just heavier. You can't hit them. See, with percentages, I could give you a percentage with the target reps, and maybe you're just not feeling good that day and you just can't hit it. Or you stop short and you could have done more. So that's where I feel that RPE and RIR are very helpful in covering gap. So if I prescribe RPE or RIR, and I say hit an RPE 7 or 3 RIR, and you do that, maybe you had to do more reps, maybe you did less reps, maybe more weight, less weight, you still did the best you could that day. So in a perfect world, when I have good numbers for a client, I like to use percentage of 1 rep max to prescribe a target. A lot of people like targets, but then along with that, I'll give an RIR or RPE. So I may say 80% 1RM or 8 rep max to for a set of 5 to RPE 7, 3 repetitions in reserve. And I tell them to prioritize that RPE or RIR. So if they aren't feeling good, they may have stopped at 3 reps, but they still stayed within RPE or RIR target. Or if they are feeling really good, maybe they got 6 or 7 reps, but they still stayed within the RPE and RIR and got their best work that day. In my opinion, this is important for good programming because you are manipulating effort in order to try to control fatigue and give yourself your best chance of progressive overloading throughout a cycle so that you don't blow your load too early. Remember porn coach? All of this shit is really neat because good programming looks out for the long term. A lot of fucking bodybuilders are like, right fucking now, gotta do everything right now as hard as we can right now. But you should be looking out like, what about tomorrow? What about your next training phase? Good programming is also about using the right tool for the job for the right person. So, some movements are really good for 1 repetition maximum. Bicep curls, tricep extensions, probably not. So you may want to find another tool or combination of tools.